Give me 1 second here. I can pull up your piece. All right. Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen so you can see the piece you're playing. All right, so just let us know the name of your piece. First, your name, the name of your piece, and who the composer is, if you know who it is.
Right now? Or, okay. So, my name is Isha. I'm going to be playing Reflections by Dennis Alexander.
Nicely done, Isha. Great job. So there's just a few things I wanted to look at. Before I get into that, I like the confidence. I like how you're playing quickly. You're playing around this metronome marking, so that was really good. I also like how you controlled your dynamics throughout and your pedaling. That was awesome. It's really good when you can hear the dynamic changes and not just the same static dynamic the whole way through. So for example, it was nice and soft, and then you got louder in this second phrase here, measure 5 onward, and then you even softened up a bit. So it was just really good. It was very balanced throughout. I just wanted to look at one rhythm. I noticed you did it towards the end as well in measure 22. Make sure we have to hold that half note. So at the beginning, you kind of played, you kind of went right into the next note instead of holding this. Can you hear my piano or no?
Sorry, what?
Can you hear my piano or no?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay, sometimes students can't. So at the beginning, you played it, you went right in instead of holding this. So 3, 4, 1. So just the only thing I wanted to really catch in terms of the rhythm, the notes were correct, but make sure you hold those half notes. There's not many of them in the left and the right hand at all, so I can see why it got you there. And then it's really a small nugget here, but the ritardando, you actually started a bit early, but I liked it. It really shows that you're getting into the piece. I would rather have it here instead of here. I mean, Dennis can do what he wants, but
Sorry.
yeah, go ahead.
Um, I think I actually did that once. It's just kind of really hard to like narrow it down to that one like section because then it sounds really like choppy. So
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I definitely agree. Only because it's because of the rhythm. The right hand, you're playing all these eighth notes. You're playing the eighth note, and all of a sudden you're going to quarter, so it's already slowing down in a sense. Then you're slowing it down even more. So I definitely agree with you. So yeah, I would go ahead and fully commit to that. I would actually start here at the beginning of measure 19 instead of towards the end. That way it sounds really good. So yeah, start right here next time instead of here. But then again, it's a small nugget. It's not really needed, but it would just bring that piece to life more. And then the ending, in terms of practicing, I always ask this: do you use a metronome when you practice?
yeah, I did.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say a lot of students don't. It's very, very important when you want to create that fluency and make sure that there's no hiccups along the way. Towards the end, I would really focus on knocking this down a few pegs to maybe around 90 or even 80 beats per minute. before, because you were playing around 100. I would go ahead and play this around 80 beats per minute just to make sure, because there's quite a change in the left hand, right? It's not the same as the beginning at all. And then yeah, so make sure you can really catch this. I would play the second to last line. I'd play that maybe 2 or 3 times at 80 beats, and then go ahead and throw in the last one.
Yeah.
So yeah, throughout the whole piece, it sounded great. That's the only thing I really wanted to touch on. So let's actually look at that right now. We have a few more minutes left. Can you actually, do you have access to a metronome right now?
I can pull one up. 1 second.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead and set it for 80 beats, and then just play this first measure. Sorry, this first section I'm gonna box in. You're not gonna play the pickup right there. You're just gonna stop right there.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So go ahead and play just the pink section.
I think I kind of started speeding up. So.
Good. Really nice. Yeah, so the last thing was just the eighth notes here. Just make sure, so this speed was really good here. Just continue that speed. You slow down quite a bit here, just a little bit. But it was fine. And then the left hand, make sure it's a flat after you play the original E. And then it's a flat, because they're both black notes here. So another thing is making sure you can find the patterns in the piece.
Yeah.
So these are both black notes, and then these are both white notes because you're going down the half step. But yeah, overall it sounds good. Did you have any questions at all about the piece that maybe threw you off, or any challenges that you came across?
I guess sort of I guess not really. I mean, sort of there's this dynamic, at the start when it goes like that.
Hmm.
So I'm on my Kaizen teachers, and I did this once. Right now I'm doing it for honors, but the first time I performed this performance seminar, the person who was doing it with me told me that I should make that really really soft, and then my Kaizen teachers told me it should be louder. So I'm not really sure about what to do for that. I think
Yeah.
it sounds better soft, but I'm not sure if I should keep it loud.
Are you talking about measure 9 when you start here?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, I would keep it here just because you're going to essentially repeat it later on. It goes down a step, the E down to the D. But I would go ahead and play it softly because when you repeat a lot of music, you always want, it's kind of like a call and response. You always want to hear something different. Like when you're watching a movie, if you see the same person throughout the movie, you're probably going to get bored. Even like a TV show, I should say, that's better. But when the cameraman switches to different, characters, then it's more interesting. In other words, don't play the same dynamic. So I would take it down here and make sure it's soft. I'm not sure why they said play it louder here because it is mezzo piano. Maybe they meant play mezzo piano, not piano. I mean, but they're very close.
Somewhere around mezzo forte ish.
Okay, yeah, so this one's mezzo forte here. So yeah, I'm not sure why they mentioned piano. I would definitely play piano here, because then you can get louder.
Like a crescendo.
And then yeah, I would go ahead and really take it a step here. But the biggest thing is your crescendo. Make sure you're crescendoing into the mezzo forte. So let's actually try that really quickly. Go ahead and play from measure 9, but play it mezzo piano. Don't worry about playing it loudly because it's supposed to be soft.
Yeah.
It's like the beginning, if that's a good reference point for you.
So to where?
You're gonna play those next 4 lines or the next 2 lines starting on measure 9.
Okay.
So till 16.
Wait.
Yeah, it goes down that whole step. Yeah. Yeah, so you notice how you played the same thing there. So do you want to play it softly here and then loudly? Because you started off loud, so I thought you were going to soften up. What did you want to do? Were you trying to swap them or keep them as written?
I think like keep it as written. I think I just kind of
Okay. Yeah, so notice this last part. Going into seven, if you start from seven, and then you're soft, right? Make sure you're soft here because you have the diminuendo.
yeah.
So start one more time from measure nine, but start very softly. And then loud.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, I would do the exact same thing. You add forte. Anyone interrupt you, but I was going to say add a forte here. Good. Yeah, a lot of pieces they don't always add dynamic marking. Sometimes with arrangements, like of pop songs, you'll just see the notes as is. So it's always fun adding in different dynamic changes and whatnot. But you got the right idea. I really have you have the musical ear, which is really good. The climax of a piece when you're shifting. What you can do is, I'll say this last thing I'll say. What you can even do is you can add in more retardandos throughout a piece because you have this. You'll have the audience on the edge of their seats. What's coming next? I'm like a cliffhanger because there's only two here, right? You have it, and they're both on page two. So you have one here on measure 20, and then at the very end. But if you add more even throughout when you're going to a new when you're going to a new transition into a new section, a new phrase, that's when you can add a retardando.
Something right before measure 9. You were like,
Hmm. Yeah, right there. Exactly. So throwing those in here and there will really, up the piece, bring to the next level in terms of captivating your audience, and it's really good. So yeah, you can even get into composing just with because you're already making so many changes as is. This is bare minimum for changes, but over time we'll see where it goes. It was awesome. Did you have any questions at all? Anything else?
I think that was it.
Awesome. Well, great job, Isha. I enjoyed hearing you play. And you said you already played honors for this piece?
No. So they said like this was to like get me to honors or something. Or like
Got it. Okay, yeah. So for honors, it's honors ready. I would just go ahead and start memorizing it. That's the next step. And then when it's fully memorized, you're ready for honors.
yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Take care, Isha. I'll see you later.
Okay.